Hello, this is Steve Schmidt. I'm the creator of Effect Web Agency, and I'm going to teach you about what a meta description is, why you care, and how to get the most out of it in just a couple minutes here. So I went to Google and did a search for something quite common, heating and cooling. And the meta description is the phrase that shows on the listing right here. It's 156 characters, or at least that's all that Google will show before you get this little ... after it. Now, if your website has the meta description tag in it, you can make this text whatever you want to make it. If your website doesn't have that tag, Google will try to piece together a summary of your page with the content that's available, and sometimes it can get a little nonsensical. So it's always best just to specify what that text actually should be, because when you think about it, it's really ad text. It's really an ad. It's really your sentence or two that you can use to convince somebody to click on your listing versus somebody else's. And that's the answer to our first question, is how does a meta tag bring more traffic? Well, if you have a meta tag that stands out, is descriptive, and speaks to the visitor, they're probably going to click on yours versus somebody else's. Let's scroll down here and take a look at a few more of these. This one, for example, they are using the meta description tag like the old keywords tag, as if you're a robot and you're looking for keywords to pull up information by. It's not very human friendly. It's not very readable. You kind of have to stumble over the commas and get a gist for what's going on. This one here is much more straightforward. You can scan through it easier. Someone's probably more likely to click on this one than they are the ones that look like a bunch of keywords. So people wonder, well, does a meta description help increase your rankings? No, it no longer does that. It has not done that for a very long time. If you look at it in terms of internet years, probably 6 or so years, because people would just abuse it and they'd put whatever they wanted to in there to try to rank for it. But if you look at it in a very different way, I think eventually it will start to influence your ranking again, and this is how I think that. Google tracks what listings people click on. So if a bunch of people are clicking on this one here, Google knows that a bunch of people are clicking on that one versus others, even if it's getting clicked on more than listings above it. And in Google's eyes, that could mean that, well, this is a really good result. Everybody seems to click on this one, so we're going to increase the ranking for that listing. Google already uses that kind of logic when it comes to Google email. If there are lots of emails that people never click on or always delete, Google tends to spam those, for example. So if you've got a good meta description and it helps more people click on your listing, eventually in that roundabout way it could actually help influence your ranking, but that's kind of something down the road here, maybe the next few years or so. So what makes a good meta description? Well, it's got to be under 156 characters. The shorter the better, because people are more likely to read concise text. I mean, if you think about how you look through search results, how do you decide what to click on? Make it an easy to read sentence. You're writing for a human, not a robot. And describe the content well without repeating what you just put in the title. And the page title is this blue text right here. If you use keywords in the meta description and somebody happens to use those keywords when they're searching, as you can see here, those words will become bold in the text, and that can help your listing stand out a little bit more sometimes. Also, if it's relevant to the page, you could have a call to action inside of the meta description. One of these could be, heat and air conditioner installation and service in Indianapolis, Indiana. Click here for a free instant quote or something. That's instant value for the person clicking. They know what they're getting. It's a call to action for them to click and go to the website. One more guideline here for making good meta descriptions. Give each page a unique meta description. Now, if you've got hundreds of pages on your website, that could be a waste of time. So, pick the pages that are likely to show up in your search results, or the pages that you want to show up in your search results. Give those a unique meta description. And that's about it. You could see a decent difference in traffic if you've gone from bad or non-existent meta descriptions to really nice ones. So it's another factor in getting more traffic to your website.